Hey Soul Family, back again. I'm your girl Erica, your favorite Astro homegirl, and this is gonna be a quick one, guys. This is gonna be a quick energy update on Sean Puffy Combs because I was trying to see all of the things that are going on, and it's a lot going on out here today. Okay, so we're gonna check in with him and see how he's gonna fare out. I did do a reading some time back, which said that he would, come home at some point, but let's do a quick energy check-in on him and see how it's looking for him next week. In court, will he come home or will he have to stay in there a little bit longer? But we're gonna find out and see. So I did look at his chart because I had already done readings previously before I started to do this, and it was interesting when I was looking into his chart because I did not realize that that's why you got to look for yourself, because some people said that his rising was Capricorn. But let me go back. And just for those that are new, welcome. And for those that are already riding with me and know how I move, welcome back again. But for those that are new, what I do is I quickly go into the astrology of the person so I can get the energy and the feel of them. And then we get into the cards, okay? So let's hurry up and make it quick. I pulled it up. And on this particular site, it was interesting. Okay, so it's Sean John Combs, okay? And he's born November 4th, 1969. Of course, y'all know him as Diddy. Like Armand say, shout out to Armand, but it's Puff Daddy. Okay, of course, the rapper, record producer, actor, entrepreneur, all of the things, okay? Harlem born and very, very wealthy, even with this case going on, okay? A funny thing about Mr. Combs is that people have a lot to say about him, but a lot of people don't realize that he owns more things than you know of, and you'd be surprised at things that he has his hands in, that he owns, that he receives money and don't even have to show up for that every month. So just wanted to say that, I know everybody like, oh, him, they over it, but he gonna get to that bread, especially when you're looking at his chart. So he's the sun in Scorpio, and what's interesting is that he's an 8th house Scorpio, so that's in his house of home, which explains one thing about Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and in the tarot card deck, the death card is Scorpio, okay? And the devil also is Scorpio and Capricorn cards, both cards. But I say that to say 8th house rules things that are hidden, taboo subjects, things that you don't want to tackle, other people's money and resources, taxes, all of those things. So Pluto, even though is about death, because the planet Pluto brings transformation through new beginnings, through endings come new beginnings. So persons that are Scorpios, they often have lots of transformations over a period, in their cycle of their life. It's always something kind of ending and something beginning. But just know that through the endings, blessings come in the new beginnings, okay? And then, when you see that there, it's also the sun being there. Pluto brings power, okay? So that explains why he has a mass amount of wealth. He's able to amass it, whether you like it or not. It's favored. It's in his chart. He's here to do that no matter what. That is so interesting. He has a moon in Virgo, so that explains his crazy mind. And don't look, I love y'all Virgos, so don't get mad. I'm just keeping it a buck, okay? And it's interesting because that moon in Virgo is also in his house of home, 6th house. So he has a moon there, which highlights how methodical he is, how particular. And I just want to say this. Remember when they were talking about the case, and they were saying how he had to have it set up this way and done this way, and particularly this, and had to have this type of situation and this Lululemon bag. That is Virgo energy, I must say. Okay, so very, very detailed, and that's what Virgo is. A part of the details, paying attention to the details, getting the details done. Okay. Also, he has and his Mercury is in Scorpio, so that's how he's able to finesse, because it's in his house of home. What a hell of a conglomerate. So that's why he, I noticed that several content creators said that when they walked in the courtroom, regardless of what was going on, they said they were just like, I don't want to get sucked in, because he, you understand why he is who he is. I mean, you like, oh, I don't like him, I can't stand him. But I remember Queen, she was saying he just greeted everybody like he's a man, like and that's that Mercury in Scorpio, where he can just kind of get you. It's interesting. Okay, so he has a Neptune in Scorpio, and that's why it's favored through the industry, because Neptune rules the industry. And look at what he is. He's a famous producer. It's so crazy. And Neptune is also drugs, okay, and things like that. Taboo subjects. Remember, it's 8th house of sex, so that brings his freaky side. I mean, it is what it is, okay? The Venus is in Libra, okay? So let's see where that is on the map, on his chart, on his wheel. It is in, it's in his house of partnerships, guys. So that's why he liked variety, dual situations and, group situations, okay? And guess what? His Jupiter is in Libra, and that's how he's amassed his wealth, through partnerships. Hey, but also Uranus is there. So he has a stellium in 2 houses, and that Uranus is what shakes the table in these partnerships. So that's why things can be going well, then all of a sudden it just goes to shit, okay? So let's see what Saturn is, and then we're going to move on. I just want to see some of his current transits. I just want to see how his chart aligns. This really explains his true energy. And his Mars is in Capricorn, and wow, Capricorn is in his house of home, so that explains his, wealth, his success, because Capricorn rules the 10th house, and Mars is there, and that's how he takes action. And he's definitely had a very successful career up until, all of these karma, I would say, started to trickle down, which is Saturn. Okay, Saturn is karma, Father Time, Chronos. And one thing about karma, you don't know when she show up, he don't take no names, okay? It just is what it is. So that Saturn is, wow, it's in Taurus, and it's in his 2nd house. So that's where he's having the challenges in the energy of the 2nd house, is about your resources and how you amass them. And I think it's safe to say that in life, he done so well, because Taurus is a favorite place for that 2nd house to be in, because it's in his house of home. But when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, Saturn comes in and shows you. When you don't get the lessons, we have 3 Saturn returns in our life, okay? And Chief always say, which on the astrology wheel, 2 on astrology, but in my faith, he, tell my son, and your destiny don't even start till you turn 30. Okay, so a lot of times, if you can think about your life at those age, between that 29, 30, 31 mark, in there, you can think about back in your life and the challenges that you may have experienced. And when it's time for you to have that 2nd Saturn return, if you don't get the lesson, Saturn gonna whoop that ass. And I'm gonna hold my hand up and say that my 2nd Saturn return was a motherfucker. Excuse my French, but I'm always gonna keep it real with y'all, okay? So so that's why we see him getting the lessons now, especially with his finances, because he sure had to come up off of them with this court case, okay? So let's move on so we can hurry up and get into the cards. But I just love to see how people operate and how things really work. And I just want to see his current transits real quick. Because next week is only really technically a few days away. We already today, Thursday, And his Mars is in Scorpio. His moon is in Scorpio in his energy right now in the transit. And that's 8th house energy. Oh, and Pluto is in Aquarius. Let's see what that is on his chart real quick, because that's what we didn't see. Oh, it's in his house of home too. he got maybe got some good luck situations going on, y'all. Jupiter is in Cancer right now, and that's on his chart aligned. And let's just see where Jupiter is, because Jupiter is physically right now in Cancer and will be there till next year. So a lot of you guys, I have Jupiter in Cancer, believe it or not, as a placement in my chart. I'm a Cancer rising. And I have Jupiter in Cancer at the 26th degree. And ain't that something? In the chart, they say Jupiter is the husband. And look at that right there, Big Rico. He's born on the 26th. Ain't that something? In 26th degree, Jupiter in Cancer is Pisces. And what is he? Pisces, born on the 26th. You can't make the charts up. You can't make up life. It is what it is. Crazy. Cancer. Wow. Home. Jupiter is in Cancer in his say list. All right, y'all. I'm going to say this. It's a very much possibility with Jupiter being in Cancer that he going to have some favor and blessings just even up through the planisphere, okay? So let's get into the cards and see what's going on, okay? Okay, y'all. Let's get into the cards. Let's get into Mr. Sean Puffy Combs. Let's see what's up with Mr. Combs. Okay, I wrote down questions today so I won't forget, because when I start doing the cards, once I get, the answers, I just kind of stop. So let's see. Matter of fact, let's look and see what's the update. I think Gossip in the City, she posted, and also Careesha, she penned a letter to the judge, as well as Stevie J, as well as I think those were that I know of. Those Stevie J. Here it is. It came right up. Judge Aram Sobranian. Shout out to Gossip in the City. Shout out to Fee. She is the truth. Diddy created a course in jail called Free Game that has helped other inmates, according to a recent document submitted for sentencing. Okay. And this is about his sentencing to so this is about him making adjustments, okay? And it says, because of this class, I have a purpose, something to look forward to every day. Letter of the, I guess like the numbers and things that are legal. And then it says he has showed us that it is little adjustments to our everyday lives that add up to a big change. And then it also says Mr. Combs' class is about setting realistic goals and where you plan on how we're going to achieve and complete these goals on a weekly basis. And we review our progress and the stages of it, okay? Also, let's see. It was something else. Here it is. The probation department recommended a sentence of 70 to 87 months imprisonment. The probation department used a base offense level of 14, legal numbers, a 4-point enhancement for fraud and coercion under the, the law numbers. I won't go into those, but I'm just doing it in a summary. It's a 4-point enhancement for role in the offense under the other number, and it's a 5-level increase based on grouping. So however, Diddy will argue for these enhancements to be dropped, and I think he has a pretty good chance of winning. If so, it would bring the sentencing to between 12 and 33 months. And in my opinion, there are already tents outside to be in line at his court hearing Thursday regarding another matter. Okay, so shout out to Fee. This is Gossip in the City, y'all. This is on Instagram. Check her out. To me, it ain't even no need to follow nobody else, because she always give all the information first, and that's a fact. I be wondering, she is the real Lady Whistledown. Like, ain't nobody beating her, okay? She comes with it. You can go and look at everything else, but she posts. But again, Miami penned a letter to the judge. Also, Stevie J penned a letter to the judge for Diddy, as well as Carl Thomas. I just wanted to give y'all an update before we get into the cards, okay? I always try to keep y'all in tune. All right, so. Okay, let's get into it. Let's first just ask for the energy around Mr. Combs. So let's mix the cards up first, because I was doing, it seemed like everybody want to read this week. My friends came over, called from out of town. I said, what in the world? It's like, it's just the energy that's needed this week, I guess. Hope y'all doing good at home. And let's get into it. So let's get the current energy around Puppy right now. All right, let's see what we got here. Sean Combs. Okay, I think it's good. Sean Combs. Thank you. We asking about his current energy right now. Okay. Current energy, huh? Wow. We'll take it. Current energy for Mr. Combs. Okay. All right. I'm going to take that, and then let's ask for any extra messages for him. Any extra messages? Messages for him. Any extra messages? Sean Combs, 1014. P. Diddy. There you go. It's an extra message. And okay, let's see what's going on. All right, current energy, Mr. Combs. Let's see. Okay, so when we talking about the current energy, because this is factual, you know, when you see the Queen of Swords coming in, this is energy of when we talking about legal situations. And at this moment, of course, he's locked up. So with this coming in reverse, it's showing you his current situation and the fact that, you know, they've been cold towards him. They've been, you know, holding him in there, you know, all this time and not willing to give him the opportunity, you know, to get released, to make bonds. So this is the current energy. And of course, he is incarcerated right now. So this is his factual current energy. And then it gets into, you know, with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, this is the energy of them not taking the money for him to get released from jail. Like any offer that he made to get removed is like, it's been a no-go thus far. Because we're talking about the current energy, current past, okay? But then you have an Empress energy here that is all about, you know, evolution, evolving in this energy, you know, because Empress is all about abundance, okay? But it's also a card that represents Venus too. So it's the energy of everything that he going through. Something good is going to come through in the energy for him, because look, everything he worked on, everything that's been going on with him is upside down. This is his money, this is his finances, and it's due to his current past, okay? And the things that were, you know, brought upon him. He's also been doing a lot of reflecting, guys, while he's been in there, thinking about his life, going through all his, you know, just looking at everything, his losses, all the things he's been through. He got time, and he's really taking the time to really look back, you know, and just think about and really have the emotions of the past, okay? But again, like I said, you know, with these two cards aligned, it's an energy of the divine that's going to come through for him. And it's going to move. Everything is moving faster than we think, okay? But look, he coming in strong. And that's that page of wands. That's news. New wands is motion. Wands is action. This, when you see the strength card, that means that it's a strong possibility that it's good news here and that he gonna be coming out of there. All right, he gonna end up, you know, with this energy. And look, when you see justice and the Five of Pentacles beside each other, justice is in an upright. So that lets you know the balancing of the scales. The judge is going to make a decision, you know, based on everything that's been going on. And you can look at Five of Pentacles like a loss, but it's not. It's like he going to have to pay some money. It's going to be a fine. It's going to be some money that he got to come up with. But for the most part, it look like he going to go on and get a bond and get on up out of there. Or, you know, get time served or something. But it's good news in the mix, okay? So it's very much a possibility that Mr. Combs will be coming home, all right? Now, I got some questions, so let me see. Yeah, we got that answer. So let's ask, the energy of Cassie. Let's ask her current energy. Since we're doing a whole update, you know. I wrote down the questions so I won't forget, okay? So it look like Mr. Combs gonna, you know, either be coming on up out of there or he gonna get him a little bond or something, okay? So let's clear the deck so we can ask about him. Ask about Miss Cassie Ventura. What's going on with her right now through this whole situation. Cassie Ventura, Cassie Ventura, Cassie Ventura. She's a Virgo. All right, so let's see what's up with Miss Ventura. And clearly, y'all, she just had a solar return because she is a Virgo sun. So even though I didn't look her up, her birthday is either all, you know, clearly already passed, but she just had a birthday, guys. I do know that much that she's a Virgo. Okay. Around Cassie Ventura, Cassie Ventura, Cassie Ventura. Let's see what's up with Miss Thing. We gonna ask. Okay. Cassie Ventura, Cassie, okay. Let's see what's up with her. Shoot, sorry about that. Okay. We're gonna take it because it came up in an upright. And that's the way it fell, so we're gonna keep it. Cassie Ventura. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Extra messages for Cassie Ventura. Extra messages for her. Extra messages. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on with Miss Cassie and her current energy. Ooh. Okay, we got that going. Damn, they kind of got the same kind of cards. And I think her husband is a water sign, too. If I'm not mistaken. And let's Google him real quick. So I can tell y'all, because that can easily be Puffy, too, coming through her energy. But let's just double check. Alex Fine. Birthday. Yeah, he a Pisces, just like I thought. Let's see what day her birthday is, just to check, because we do know she's a Virgo. Okay, so she's an August Virgo, so she already had hers. She's early, August 26th. Okay, so let's get into it. So Miss Ventura, that Five of Pentacles energy is right here. And this can represent a lot of things when you see that card. Okay, because clearly she has the finances. But what I'm saying is, this is the card of, I hate to say it, guys, but even though she is financially well, she's in an energy of just, you know, feeling isolated a little bit. And it's a stress going on in her life. For whatever reason, she's experiencing stress, okay? And I'm going to tell you something. It also costs a lot of money for her to have security around her. Because at this point in her life, she has to stay safe, her and her family, okay? But in the process of this, she is in the process of healing. She really working on it. But I'm going to just tell you, it's damn sure been a struggle for her, okay? She got that new baby, and she's working on, you know, moving forward, having faith, you know, renewal, really digging deep within her spirituality at this time, you know, and trying to come out of this energy. So she struggles back and forth. And I think she said that too, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so this is the energy of, you know, feeling overwhelmed. But she couldn't feel that way. You know, she got a bunch of little ones and she got a newborn baby. Okay? But this is the energy like, y'all, she goes through a lot of mental health issues. Allegedly, okay? This whole process has really did a number on her. But her focus is healing, okay? All right, you know, but it's a lot. She goes through a lot when it comes to this, okay? She's gonna eventually come out of this energy that she's feeling, and she's gonna, I don't know what she's gonna end up doing, but she's gonna figure out something when it comes to generating income. Maybe something she's gonna invest in silent, that she don't necessarily have to, you know, put her face on it, but it'll be very lucrative. It'll be very beneficial for her, okay? You can look at this a lot of ways. Justice is served, you know, when it comes to Puffy, because that's that King of Cups in reverse, which is him at this time, especially with him knowing that he's locked up. But when you see that Justice card in the upright, the scales are balanced. But as well, her husband is a King of Cups. So, when you see that Hermit card, they could be experiencing some stress too in their marriage. I'm always going to just call a thing and be honest with y'all, okay? So, she can have an energy of being overwhelmed with, you know, taking care of her children. I mean, it's one thing to have finances, but you still got, it's still a lot on you. And I think we all know that, okay? So this is the energy of them may be running into some problems, you know, later on down the line, which is going to cause somebody, maybe some form of separation, okay? Wow. So, I hate that for her. Well, we get to see her energy at this time. We'll check back in, but Y'all, it ain't been easy for her. And, you know, when you see these cards, like their star card, and then, of course, that King of Cups came right up, that to me, that represents a husband. And in another aspect, it represents Puffy. And, y'all, she ain't all the way over him either, even though she done moved on and she got a family. You know what I'm saying? And I think she even said that on the stand. Because I know that she said that she still love him. And that was crazy. And her husband sitting there. I couldn't not understand that. That shit was wild, wasn't it? So we going to keep her in our prayers. Miss Cassie Ventura. Okay, so let's ask about Young Miami child. Because she done penned a letter about her man. And I think that they've been dealing with each other the whole time. That's my personal opinion. I ain't flipped no cards on that. Okay. Okay, let's ask about Young Miami. Let's see what's up with her before we get up out of here. We gonna ask. We'll ask about Jane though too, so let's clear the cards. Sorry about that, let's clear the deck. Okay, let's ask about Miss Careesha. She's an Aquarius too. Let's clear the deck. I'm gonna ask about her energy around Puffy. That. Let's see what's up with Miss Careesha. Careesha, please. The energy around her, Sean Combs, honey. Energy. Miami. Where's it? Take it sideways. Okay. It's going to be some things going on between now and the end of the year, y'all. We done entered that eclipse portal, done opened up. It's time to just watch some things unfold. Y'all want to see some things really happen. And I'm happy to see Jimmy Kimmel back, though. Happy about that. Definitely deserve not to be off there. And that was so funny. I was actually watching it at night when he did that. That junk was funny as hell. You hear me? Okay. So, let's see. Any extra messages? Miami, okay? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to just say this right here. When we asking about her energy with him and the energy around him, this is her working and collaborating with his team. It's showing you, first of all, she's working on new projects, even just in her current energy behind the scenes, but as well as working to pen that letter, working diligently, okay? So she ain't never left, okay? And when you see the Empress when it's coming in sideways, it's because it's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But in this energy, it's like she ain't never left, okay? She just appeared to look as though she's left. You see what I'm saying? So she been working with and dealing with him this whole time, y'all. It is what it is. And she's been present, but she's had to act like she's not present, okay? And this is him. You know, when you see that King of Swords in reverse, this is again, those cards show that he's incarcerated. So she been supporting him this whole time behind the scenes, okay? And this has been the conflict. It's brought a lot of conflict in her life. Everybody judging her like she's still dealing with him. Conflict of, you know, the world judging. Conflict in them not being able to, you know, be in public with each other. It's just conflict, you know, and she's had to, it's overwhelming for her, okay? And she's had to make a lot of different decisions, go in a lot of different ways, you know, and honestly just create a diversion, like she ain't been dealing with him to, you know, be able to save face with her career. But she been dealing with him, y'all, the whole time, okay? And this is her kind of just, she's been in a place too of soul searching and introspection with her own self, okay? You know, truth seeking. She's in a place of, you know, wanting to elevate in her life as well, okay? But this also represents her staying out the way and being quiet, you know, in this process this whole time while she's been dealing with this man, okay? This represents their relationship because it's unconventional, you know? But I'm gonna say this, y'all. This Hierophant ain't in reverse because, you know, they not working out. This is a card, institution card. This is a card of marriage. This is a card of partnership, you know, and what they got going on is unconventional. It is going against the grain, okay? So these two right here, they fool with each other in a long way. Don't get it messed up because it's right here, okay? They really fool with each other. And this is the energy of he is a father, he is an emperor, he is a boss. And he is experiencing right now his karma is, he's experiencing it. This is Puppy experiencing his karma. But it's also a new cycle ahead, okay? And everybody might not, they gonna give her a lot of backlash when you see this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is what this represents, okay? Her moving into a new cycle that ain't gonna be received well. Because she done made up in her mind. She fooled with that man. So that's her energy, y'all. she fooled with him the long way, baby. You hear me? Ooh-wee, Young Miami, that's your man. What they say, my man, my man, my man. That's my man, baby. And you know, Aquarius and that damn Scorpio, they'll roll thick. You hear me? They will. That shit really, really works. Y'all want to, let's ask about Jane Doe before we get out of here, child. Let me clear the cards. Honey. She threw that whole case upside down, didn't she? Jane Doe, honey. AKA 50 Cent baby mama. How about that? So let's see what's up with her. And let's clear the deck and we're going to add. Okay. Well, Mr. Combs, you looking good for you. It looks promising that you possibly going to get you a bond. I know everybody don't want you to get one, but I mean, the charges are so stupid and bogus. I promise you they are. They got to be better than that. Let's ask. What's her name? Let's see what's up with her, child. We didn't even ask 1 and 3. Her and Sean Combs. Daphne. She's Aquarius sun. Aquarius sun. Okay, I'll show you. Let's see. What's the energy around her, Mr. Combs? Coming right out the gate. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Child. Y'all, so you can she still deal with him. She still got an affinity for this man, you know, but it's something about it's not the same between them, you know. But at some point, he's gonna forgive her on some level because it's the 3 of Swords and she is really hurt about that Young Miami thing, which I know we saw that on the stand because, I mean, she damn near lost her mind. I mean, she turned into another person. That shit was crazy. Wasn't it, y'all? That was crazy. But this is the energy of her feeling like she really, really loved this man, but he ain't into her like that. This was just she was just a little sex worker. Okay? Exactly, and that's the work upside down. And that's the secrets. She's still up to doing what she do to get to her money. Okay? But as far as this situation goes, it's gonna be a struggle. And she might even give him some kickback, y'all. Like, she might end up being a problem for just being jealous, okay? But this, I mean, he may deal with her, but it ain't on no level, like, it don't look like it. I'm sorry. It just don't look like it. It look like that's what she want, but I can tell you that ain't where his mind at. He ain't studying it. I guess that's it. Cause it look like he gonna get a bond next week. I mean, we gonna see. I do this for fun. I love y'all. I love that y'all rock with me. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the whole thing. Sorry about that situation. Now, Beyonce, you up next, Queen B. So, peace and love, y'all. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all soon in the next one, okay?